Well, happy Tuesday, everybody, and welcome to our Tuesday night leadership call. My name is Sonic Jones, and I am your host for today's evening. But I am here to introduce the one and only Mr. Will Zanders. Now, if you do not know who this gentleman is, or you're new to our calls or recordings, let me just give you just a smidgen of information about this gentleman. And I've had the pleasure of working with him over the last 2 years. I watched him do some amazing things in many people's lives. He is a seven-figure earner, not just in the industry, but in our company of Green Organics. I'm excited to call him my mentor as he has over a decade of experience in this industry. He is a man of the people as he loves helping people, which is why he's here today. But more importantly than that, he absolutely loves having fun. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to some and everybody here, Mr. Will Zanders. Are you there, sir?
I am there loud and clear, sir. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. You're coming through great.
All right, fantastic, man. So what we'll do this evening, ladies and gentlemen, I got a trophy that I'm ordering for myself, and I'm getting that trophy because, shockingly, I was able to complete a call on time last week, and everybody congratulated me on not talking y'all head smooth off. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell you a story, true story. It's a wild one, and then I'm gonna hop off camera and I'm going to deal with these notes right here, and we are going to make the magic happen. And it looks like we got a lot of guests in the chat, a lot of new members on the call, a lot of prospective members on the call, and I can tell you. If you are new to this organization or you're just starting to kind of get a feel for what we're doing, there's no better call for you to be on than this one. So picture it. Just imagine it is about 30 years ago, if not more. And this is back in the day when my family uh, used to take one vacation a year. And when you got as many kids and cousins as my parents had, you could never fly anywhere, just too much for money back then. So we had to drive. And we were like station wagons deep in vans. We used to drive. Y'all know the drill. And we're driving to one of the most fascinating states that we could afford to go to. Absolutely incredible state. I'm sure you heard of it. It's the state of Alabama. That's about how far our gas money would take us for our vacations coming from Louisiana. We used to make it to Sweet Home, Alabama, which is actually a super, super beautiful state. And for those of y'all who are on here, especially my Tide fans, have y'all ever heard of a place called Nakalula Falls? Anybody ever heard of Nakalula Falls? Put that in the chat. It's like a waterfall, got a little river going on, Black Gorge. Yeah, Nakalula Falls. Now I'm not an urchin. I'm more of a blend between the dolphin and the shark as far as the color personality type go. And I'm a very exploratory kid. I get in everything. I was that kid. I was the oldest, so I used to like to move around. So the families, unpacking everything. We in Nakalula Falls, Alabama, and I just get to wandering because I like to wander. That's that. I put the W in wander. I like to move around. Now remember, I'm probably 12 or 13 at the time, and there's this little sign. Now, when I think about what it said, it makes a lot of sense. But I wasn't worried about it because it's a beautiful sunny day in Alabama, and the sign reads, "I kid you not. If you've been there, you know this sign. It says, danger, X amount of people have drowned trying to cross the falls in Nakalula Falls. Do not cross the little creek, whatever it is. It's a lot deeper than you think." And there's a little picture of a man, like a little stick figure drowning with the little X's over his eyes. Now, again, I'm 12, 13. I'm New Orleans Public Schools. I can barely read at the time. I don't care what that sign says. I see a bunch of forest over there. And remember, I'm from New Orleans. I'm from a city that's like 89% concrete. So I'm like, I'm going to cross over that thing. And I do. It was just a little trickle. It wasn't even bad. And I get to wandering. Now, hours go by, and I am simply fascinated by the sheer beauty, the sheer majesty of what I call God's country, as opposed to the inner city 2 blocks away from the Magnolia Housing Project where I grew up. So me, me and Jesus are in Nakalula Fall. We're exploring the woods. It's amazing. And then something happens that is relatively unique to this part of the United States. The sky gets really, really, really dark. It gets very dark. And when the sky gets really, really dark, you can smell it. How many people from the South know you can smell when it's about to rain? Like you can feel the humidity start to change. and you can kind of smell it. You're like, it smells like water, smells like rain. It starts raining. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, I understood in that moment how waterfalls operated. Okay. The little creek that I crossed to go over, the little that deep is now, it is magnificently rising to the point. I don't know how to swim, by the way. So it is, well, now I do, I didn't know back then. It is magnificently rising, like up, up, up. And I understand immediately why people drown, because it looks so much deeper than what it is. And the water, although it's clear and you see some silt on the bottom, that's not solid ground. You will sink directly into that and you're done. That's a wrap. Now, I'm going to come back to the end of the story in a minute because there's a network marketing lesson there. I'm going to come back to the end of the story. Obviously, I survived. Yeah, I'm gonna finish the story later. It got crazy. Okay, so let's pop over to these notes. I'm gonna hop off camera and let me give you exactly what you came here to get. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when we first started in this industry, it was a couple of years, and please get y'all pens out for this one. It was a couple of years, and I heard of a training by a mentor of mine named Dale Calvert out of Georgia. He lives in Atlanta, has a house in Kentucky too, and he taught a set of a training that I saw on a VHS tape once that I bought off Amazon for some ridiculous amount of money because they don't even make those no more. And what part of the tape he was talking about was called the core beliefs. Okay, and I hate to break it to you, that particular mentor of mine, he is a notorious company jumper. He retired from the industry, then jumped around from company to company, still probably jumping from company to company, if I had to guess, trying to recatch the glory days. But sometimes you just have to kind of dissect it and extract. I like that word. You have to extract the things you need from a particular training of some sort. You see what I'm saying? And one of the things that we got from there years ago was called the 4 core beliefs. And this is going to be the foundation we're laying tonight to help you really grow your business as fast as possible so that you can become the highest paid reps in the industry. It only happens when your team grows fast. That's money like speed. That's a very common thread in the personal development vernacular, and I believe it to be true. Okay. So the 4 core beliefs are as follows. If you do not have these 4 core beliefs in your mental toolkit, you may experience a little bit of early success, but you will fail miserably in the long term. And in my experience, you will never get long-term residual income, mailbox money that comes in each and every month, if you do not possess these 4 core beliefs. And these are not necessarily in order, okay? Now, you do have to have a very strong, bulletproof, subconscious belief in your product, okay? And we have over 100 people on the Zoom. We'll be giving away $100 at the end of this Zoom. We don't always, but when we do, we like to make the magic happen. So we'll make sure y'all remind me to do the cash money giveaway at the end of this Zoom. Now, you have to have I'll take that back. Coach Marcus, my fellow millionaire on the call, said double it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're giving away $200 prizes at the end of the call. So stay tuned. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate that. So you got some products and you have to have a super, super strong subconscious belief in the product. And when I say subconscious belief, I don't mean just you talking about it. Oh, I heard this product's great and this, that. No. You got to really know in your heart of hearts that the Tri-Remedy Essential Oil works. So you got to know in your heart of hearts, especially after hearing all those studies and research about Nigella sativa or black seed oil, you got to know that it does what it says it's going to do. You got to know that when you take, Slimmer Max or Prosperity Essential Oil, you got to know that when you saw the footage of the human blood cells on the electron microscope from the Align video, you have to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the Dr. Romeo Brooks, who recreated that study and things of that nature with the essential oils we have, you got to know that these products do what they say they're going to do. Okay, Tina put a big plug in it. You gotta know that fulvic acid literally is arguably the #1 nutritional supplement that you can be taking on a regular basis because it's literally what your body is made out of on a molecular and atomic level. It's fascinating science coming out behind that product. So if you have a core belief in the product, at least one of them, at least one. I mean, come on, you can proceed to the next core belief because believing in the product is not all it takes. I was part of a company that is still in business today, and boy, they just swear up and down that they can keep a pay plan that's terrible and just have amazing products, which they do, and people are going to stay and be great. They don't. Okay, if you do not have a strong belief in the product and that's all you have, it's still not a guarantee that you're going to make our goal here, which is long-term residual income. And also a quick shout out to the Marketing Mavericks team and also Team Patriot Diamonds for being our top teams of the week again. They are doing some big things, but I got a funny feeling we're gonna see some shakeups this week, and we'll stay tuned about that. That's from our accountability group. Now, the next core belief that you absolutely must have, and I mean must, is going to be a core belief in the company. And when I say a core belief in a company, I don't mean you have to know the owner and the founder's middle name. I don't mean you have to have personally have sat down with Alexandria Brighton and Paula Scarcella to really have that belief. Although at least one of those rock stars is going to be in Las Vegas at our Las Vegas event. First time she's doing a public appearance in almost 5 years. But you have to have a belief in a company that the company is one of the good guys. How many people, as a core belief, regardless of how much money they make, how many people think that McDonald's is one of the good guys? As far as a company, I don't mean the food. I don't mean that they're feeding broke people all around the world, but as far as how they're impacting civilization and society, are they one of the good guys though? I mean, honestly, let's be real. Okay, they do employ broke high school students. I was one of them. But McDonald's is not a company that really cares about the advancement of civilization or helping people. I hate to break it to you. They do employ a lot of people, but not a single McDonald's employee has ever become wealthy working at McDonald's, so they're not paying that much. They do provide a valuable service as far as getting people, you can't even really call it food, but it's some type of chemical thing that smells and looks like food. But McDonald's is not really concerned with civilization or humanity at all. You just got to be frank. I used to work there, so trust me, I know. Okay, so you got to really understand that. Now, when you look at HBN, I hate to break it to you, this company, although far smaller than McDonald's, and you look at Green Organics LLC as an entity, it's one of the good guys. I hate to break it to you, it's a small David versus Goliath situation, but we're one of the good guys here. McDonald's, if you eat it every day, you'll probably get sick. There have been movies made. I think there was a movie called Super Size Me where a guy ate McDonald's. He wasn't eating rat poison, but he ate McDonald's every day for a couple of weeks, and he got so sick he had to get hospitalized. Okay, and all he did was eat McDonald's 3 times a day, different things in that nature. So we know that on some level, it's hard to really believe in McDonald's and say, you know what, these are some of the good guys in the industry. It's hard to look at what Bill Gates does and say, you know what, as much as we use Microsoft because we don't have much of a choice, is he really one of the good guys? I'm going to go with no. Now, when and he doesn't have to be. Why? Because those aren't network marketing companies. He doesn't have to be one of the good guys. If you're going to be involved in network marketing, you have to understand the subconscious belief in at least a few of the products, but also you have to have a strong core belief in the company that the company is one of the good guys. They don't have to be a multi-billion-dollar company, but you got to, on a subconscious in your heart, you have to know that there are good people running the helm of this company, and they're going to make good decisions on behalf of you and the customers and distributors and really the world, if at all possible. Okay, so that you got to really know that you're rocking with one of the good guys. I saw a network marketing company that last year was all the rage. Okay, oh, they were talking about their matrix and sign up and you don't have to build, you don't have to sell any products, membership model. We are the Costco of network marketing. Y'all remember all of that? You haven't heard a lot about them lately, except for one interesting thing that they did, which tells you whether or not they're one of the good guys or the bad guys. They now have contracted with pharmaceutical companies, and they can now at least sell prescription drugs like Wegovy and what's that other one people use that they're losing weight? Ozempic. These are things that are hurting people. These are cannibalizing people's muscle tissue and decreasing the muscle. It's weakening their heart, but they're losing weight because they're losing muscle, but they're not even thinking about where the weight loss is coming from. It's not coming from fat loss, it's coming from muscle loss. Okay. They don't even know that. So the point is, that is a company that has proven to you, as we said, they don't care about people's health. They don't care about people living better or living good or anything like that. They certainly didn't care about the pay plan. And now they're just straight up poisoning people with the same prescription drugs that no doubt will be recalled, and there will be a class action lawsuit at midnight, the way they always is with these dangerous prescription drugs. Period, point blank, end the story. Okay. So it's already got a lawsuit. There it is. Already got one. So thank you. So so they're not one of the good guys, and we are. And you got to rest easy in that. You got to rest easy in that. But having a strong belief in the product and the company is not enough. Ladies and gentlemen, you also have to have a strong belief. And when I say belief, you have to have a strong belief and understanding, okay, in the business model. You have to understand the business model of network marketing. You don't have to be an expert, but you have to understand the business model at like a 12-year-old level. You have to understand that if I buy a product, I receive the product. So not a pyramid scheme. You have to understand that. If I share the products with people and people buy the product, the company will pay me for sharing the opportunity and the product. You got to really understand the nuts and bolts of how that works. This is why videos like A Perfect Business by Robert Kiyosaki, you really should watch that. This is why videos that are on the One Team, One Dream YouTube channel, as well as my YouTube channel, you need to watch those videos, even though they're short, so that you understand the business model. Okay, you need to understand the business model because you need to have a subconscious belief that you are not involved in some type of weird pyramid scheme. You have to really know that. If you don't know that, you will not make long-term residual income here, because you'll be thinking that when you talk to people, you'll be thinking that you're doing something to them and you're not doing something for them. Okay, we're doing something for them. We have over a dozen people just on this call who have hit over $100,000 in income with our company. A couple have hit $1 million. And this year, we'll have even more that are at the $50,000 level. So many dozens of those, we don't even really recognize the $50,000 rank a whole lot anymore, because it's so many people that have achieved that with our company. So the network marketing business model is over 100 years old, and you got to know that, and you got to know. And the last core belief, at least for now, the fourth core belief is going to be a belief in yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, when I first heard the first 4 core beliefs training, 6, 7 years ago, I was like, wow, all of that made perfect sense. And the last one used to be, before we added some, it has to be, you have to have that belief in yourself, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to break it to you. If you don't believe in yourself, we can put you in a game with the LA Lakers and you'll never shoot the shot. You'll never shoot the shot. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't believe in yourself, I hate to break it to you, we'll be making money all around you. You will be in your state, and you will see top earners on the leaderboard in your state, your neighbor, and you won't do it. And it's not because the business doesn't work. It's not because the products aren't great. It's not because the company is not solid. It's not because you're not trying. Trying is not the same as believing in yourself. Believing in yourself is an energy, it's a vibration. It's even been measured in pheromones for my urchins on the call who understand biology and science. When you believe in yourself, your internal positive dopamine and testosterone goes up, and your body starts to give off pheromones that make you more attractive to people. Okay? It makes them more likely to go along with what you're trying to do. This has been documented in the animal kingdom, human being civilization for a very long time now. And one of the number one things you got to do is you have to do enough personal development to the point that you believe in yourself. I don't care if you got to look up 20 YouTube videos a week on how to believe in myself, how to be more confident. Doesn't matter. Whatever resonates with you to believe in yourself. For people who know me in person, you hang out with me long enough, I'm gonna brainwash you into believing that you're great. You just gonna get so tick and tired of hearing me tell you how amazing you are. At some point, it's just gonna click, and you're gonna be like, man, you know what? That boy might be right. He might be right. But you know, that's the same thing Coach Marcus did to me. That's the same thing my parents did to me. That's the same thing Coach Kimberly Wilkins did to me. Okay. And that's the same thing we do to you. We know how great you can be. Sometimes you just have been in an environment that may not be optimal. And so you may have a subconscious belief in yourself, like, man, maybe I can't do it. But you know, the only story you hear more than riches to rags and people blowing money is rags to riches. Most wealthy people you know, I think it's 80 some percent, 80 some percent of millionaires are not only self-made, but they did not come from money. I'm pretty sure the number is pretty close to 80%. 80% of millionaires in the world are not only self-made, but they did not come from money. Only 11% of millionaires inherited their money or they got it in a divorce settlement. But the vast majority of millionaires are self-made and came from very, very humble beginnings. In fact, the youngest doctor, Dr. Joshua Plant, the youngest doctor to ever graduate from Harvard Medical School, who I had a chance to meet, and we talk about his research all the time. Although he doesn't work with our company, he's a medical doctor. But he grew up on welfare in a trailer park in Manti, Utah, and went on to become not just a multimillionaire, writing books and doing studies, but the youngest, smartest doctor ever to graduate from Harvard University. So it doesn't matter where you came from. It's just about you making a decision. Am I going to bet on me? If you put it this way, people gamble all the time. They play the lottery. They bet on sports games. They bet on Steph Curry to hit the shot, the U.S. team to do this, Simone Biles to do that, Katie Ledecky, the swimmer, to do this. We'll bet on everybody else. You know, it's crazy. You don't bet on yourself. You got to start betting on yourself. All right. Now let's move on. We're going to move on and we're going to talk about another core belief, two of them, the second of which is really going to make your business grow a lot faster. And we added this next one a couple of years back, just really watching network marketing and watching people win and watching people lose. And the fifth core belief, you can go ahead and write this down, is going to be belief in the pay plan. Ladies and gentlemen, for a long time, the industry or certain companies tried to deny that believing in the pay plan, having an aggressive, fair, and balanced pay plan was not necessary to make long-term residual income in network marketing. Well, that never really sat right with my spirit. I'm gonna tell you that never really. I want to know if I'm playing an NBA, I need to know what my contract is. I don't really need to know how much I'm gonna be paid over the next 5 years. I kind of need to know before I make this deal. Okay, and in network marketing, it's no different because a lot of us make more than the league minimum in most professional sports. Okay, and we have a balanced, fair, and aggressive pay plan. Fair, aggressive, balanced, fabulous, FAB. We put the FAB in fabulous, ladies and gentlemen. We have a fair, aggressive, and balanced pay plan. Now, you got to know that for yourself, though. So I'm going to ask you, how many people on a call on a scale of 1 to 10, or no, just yes or no, how many people have ever seen a 2x2 whiteboard presentation where we show you how to build your team of 2x2 people to get to the money? Put a yes. And if no, put no in the chat. It's okay if you've never seen it. But if you've never seen it, we need to know so we make sure that somebody showed it to you. And the reason why that's so powerful and the reason that pay plan works every company, every time, is because it is predicated upon 4 simple steps that you can do. You become a product of the product, all right? You learn some basic skills. You use those skills to sponsor your first 2 people, and then you teach them how to do what you already did. Yeah, so most people have seen that. So you understand how aggressive this pay plan is. And how many people are familiar with the fact that even if you sponsor one person, you automatically get a minimum of a 10% check match. So Nicole says she hasn't seen it. And whoever invited Nicole to the call, okay, Nicole, do you know who your sponsor is or who invited you to the call? Whoever invited you to the call, Nicole's probably relatively new. Make sure that you get with Nicole immediately and get her a video, okay, a video of that information, and so she can see how aggressive and fair and balanced. Oh, Gwen, fantastic! You're in great hands. Yeah, Gwen, make sure that that Nicole gets a chance to really see that, so she can be all caught up on what we're talking about. So let me ask this: how many people do you have to sponsor in order to make your first $10,000 and possibly $20,000 a month with either Green Organics Company or our HB and Superfoods division? Yes, two. Okay. And some teams, I know Sean Dunaway's team, I know Naomi Akers' team, and some others, they're building teams where you only got to sponsor one because they're using something that we teach at a very high level, only to certain groups. That's called a give to grow philosophy, where if you're going to be working with your very, very close family, you don't need to sponsor 8 people. You can sponsor 2, and the next 6 are going to be sponsored by other people. Now, that's an advanced technique. We don't recommend that for most people. But at the same time, in the certain circumstances, you only have to sponsor one person, and then you help them build. You understand? So the 2x2 build out is what we use to develop people's belief in the pay plan. The check match is phenomenal. And the fact that we get paid off all orders way beyond fast start timelines, I won't dive into that concept right now, is going to be something that separates our pay plan from every other company in the history of network marketing. Just understand the go to sign a difference in that way. So that brings us to the core of what we're going to talk about, which is going to be the 6 core belief. And I got to shout out MJ for really, planting this seed for me to really water and develop as far as this next 6 belief, because I would have not really caught it if not for her breaking it down. And sending me some information that really resonated with me. And that the 6 core belief is going to be a belief in the method. And I'm going to explain that to you right now, okay? You have to believe that what you are doing will work for you from a technical standpoint. You have to believe in the system. Okay, and system stands for save yourself some time, energy, and money. For example, with Coach Steph, she teaches we're going to sell juice. I don't care if it's a parking lot or a grocery store, they're going to sell juice. And that is how it works. Now, I've seen other people try to mimic it. I've seen other people try to go do it and then quit because they couldn't do it. Why? It's not that it doesn't work, but they didn't believe in it. That system wouldn't work for me. I don't really like what I call in network marketing, we do a lot of hand-to-hand combat. That's called hand-to-hand sales. I don't really like hand-to-hand sales. It doesn't resonate with me. But anybody who believes in it, that when they do it, they are going to make a lot of money, hundreds of thousands, if not millions. I've seen it happen. Okay, so it's a method. Okay, Coach Marcus has enrolled not only a multi-million-dollar in network marketing as Coach Marcus as well, but Coach Marcus, whenever he wears a t-shirt with a QR code on it, I can't even explain this. People will, every time I've been with him, they come and ask him about information based on the t-shirts he wears. It's absolutely phenomenal. I don't know when the last time Coach Marcus did a home meeting. He don't need to. But he believes in that method and it works. Okay, if that makes sense. Now, I'm an in-person person. People said that home meetings were dead. Well, I got about 1.6 million reasons that say it's not. Okay. People think home meetings don't work. You don't need to go meet with people at their house. You don't need to be driving all that way. I call bull because I believe it works. And therefore, when I do it, it works. Okay. But you don't have to do it my way. You don't have to do it Coach Marcus way. You don't have to do it Coach Steph way. You don't have to do it like Mr. Lin in Taiwan. They got a system they use that, well, first off, nobody speaks English. We use translators. Mr. Lin in Taiwan has a system where if you are not 100 BV on auto ship, you cannot even join a team. We don't care what you want. That's what they literally say in Cantonese. They say, in Mandarin, if you aren't at 100 BV worth of product, you can't even join as a customer or a rep. Team Taiwan only sells product in 100 BV box. That's all they sell. They don't even know what a gift card is or a single. They have no idea. And guess what? Mr. Lin is at over $500,000 and he's got six-figure earners on his team. We got six-figure duplication going on in a country that I've never been to, that we don't even speak the same language. It doesn't matter. He believes in the products, the business model, the company. He believes in himself. He believes in the pay plan. And he developed a method for his organization that works for them. Okay, yeah, I was blown away when I saw that we had a $500,000 earner in Taiwan, as well as another $100,000 earner as well. Fascinating. We'll have $1 million earners in Taiwan coming up soon. It's shocking. But the belief, okay, the belief in what you are doing matters. And I got to give a shout out to Kyle Skull as well, because although Kyle's a baby in the network marketing industry, he's a rookie. Not sure if he's in the call or not, but he normally is. But he's a newbie in the marketing industry. And he was like, "Hey, Will, I feel like the way that you do it is really cool, and we're all at home meetings. But for me, I feel like this cold market thing is going to be something where I can really get jazzed." And it didn't really land with me the first time he said it, but the second time it did. I said, "You know what, Kyle? I see what you're saying. He's telling me what he believes will work." And ladies and gentlemen, how many people know that there are several verses in every spiritual text ever made? But one of the ones I'm more familiar with is in the book of Matthew that says, "According to your faith, shall it be done unto you." It doesn't say my faith in you. It says, "According to your faith, shall it," whatever it is, "be done unto you." Ladies and gentlemen, your belief has been a secret for a long time. But those of us who are doing the stuff, we believe in it because we got the result and we keep doing it. So our belief is yielding, is giving us action. We're taking action because we believe. And when you take action, you get results. And when you get those results, you get more confident and your belief gets even stronger. Can't nobody in the history of the world can convince me I ain't the man. You can't do it. My belief in myself, I think my parents probably bulletproofed me a little too much. Growing up on welfare didn't matter. Roaches, holes in the ceiling, roaches running around didn't matter. For some reason, they brainwashed me into thinking I was the man, and ain't nobody can convince me otherwise. Period, point blank, in the story. You can't do it. You better ask about me. I'm telling you, that's the level of belief that you'll have. You hang out with us long enough. It's very interesting. Okay, the only time it'll be shaky is when you start something brand new, because everybody is going to have a slump at some point. But at the end of the day, the right people around you, you'll bounce back. Okay, that happened to me in axe throwing. Don't even get me started on knife throwing. God, dog, man, don't even get me started on knife throwing, axe throwing this weekend. Please don't even get me started. So what we're looking at now is I want to see, we're going to go into the second part of the call, but the first thing I really wanted to share with you was that sixth belief. And now we're going to reveal to you a method that I personally feel will not only get you very, very excited and activate that right brain hemisphere, it'll also hit the left brain as well, because logically all this stuff works. But also, I feel like it will help you grow your teams far faster if you so choose. Okay. And I'll just put it this way. When we were in Las Vegas, we had the #1 view penthouse. It's $40,000 a night. We had the #1 penthouse in Las Vegas, owned by the owner of the Sacramento Kings, Gavin Maloof. Last time we were in Las Vegas for our event. Contacted Gavin a couple of weeks ago and was like, "Hey man, can we get the penthouse again? This, that, and the third. We'll be back." And he travels all the time and said, "Man, I sold it." He sold the penthouse. So we cannot get the same penthouse again. So if you missed it last time, I'm sorry about that. But there are bright sides to that story. Okay, I know, Sean, look, I'm mad, right? I'm mad. So we are going to find another venue for our, I think it was our Sunday night soiree or whatever it was. We're going to find another equally as stunning venue for that in Vegas. But the bright side is taking the money that I normally invest in things like that, and we reinvested it into the team in the program that you're about to hear about right now. So we're going to just reinvest that into y'all, and y'all going to be like, dang, man, okay, this is hot. So let's dive into it. Thank goodness. Keith Foster got picks. Keith, post some picks in the chat so people know, man. Post some picks in the chat if you got a second, so people just know that they need to get to Vegas this time, because we still going to find a way to do it big. But hear me out. So how much does it take? Let's just you know what, Tina, you laughing, but that's on my list of people to call tomorrow. Me and Eric's mom, Miss Patty, are pretty close, but that's one of the places that we're looking at. So yes, good call, Tina. Now here's the thing about it. How much does it take? And we'll use the Go Desana side just because it's even cheaper than the HBN Superfood division. How much does it cost to get started and earn money with Go Desana? How much does that cost? Put in the chat on the bare minimum. Put how much it costs. Okay. And when you put that in there, what do you get for that? What do you get for that $7.49? Shouldn't take long. Just put that in the chat. Type in the chat for me. Yeah, $7.49. Okay. I'm getting Isaac so silly. Isaac say $1.50. No, Isaac. Yeah, you get deodorant for $7.49. Okay. Perfect. Got it. Nailed it. All right, everybody got it. Good job. Congratulations. Now watch this. I want to show you something, and we're still warming up. We'll probably go over a little bit long, but that is what a network marketer would say. You know, you can make money with us for $7.49 and you get deodorant. All right, now listen, that's the best value in business. But let me elaborate a little bit and tell me if this feels different to your prospect. You told someone, hey, for only $7.49, you can get some deodorant and you can join us, start making money. This is how a professional network marketer would craft an offer that's that good. Okay, just hear me out. We call this something fancy, the ultimate business, kickstart offer. For only $7.49 plus tax and shipping, you receive a world-class health and wellness product. You'll receive a premium product, all natural, all organic, that you are guaranteed to love, carefully crafted to support your health and well-being. You also receive a personal online storefront. You can launch your business instantly with a professional e-commerce website featuring over 150 products. This site includes an integrated shopping cart, payment processor as well, so you don't need any technical skills, coding experience, or time-consuming order management software. The company will handle all storage and drop shipping and customer service, returns, etc. So there's no inventory to store, no deliveries to make. The website alone is valued at $297, but you get all that for $7.49. But we're not done. You get a second website specifically created to build your email list. You can capture leads and grow your business with a dedicated email capture page that is personalized with your name and contact information, and the monthly hosting is absolutely free. The site is valued at $97, and the hosting that you get for free as well is valued at $19.99 a month, okay? You also receive comprehensive, proven and tested training and coaching from verified millionaires on how to navigate your website, how to acquire customers. You will also learn how to recruit distributors. You will learn how to build your business using social media from authors and experts. You will also learn how to process orders efficiently, and you get access to an ultra lucrative compensation plan where you earn 25% on every sale, plus residual income on repeat orders, plus bonuses and more. In fact, your 25% minimum commission rate is higher than nearly any other commission-based industry, including real estate and car sales, okay? With 8 additional ways to get paid, the earning potential is unlimited, and you get all this for $7.49. Now, ladies and gentlemen, which one would you rather join? And yes, we will definitely get it posted in the group. Typed all that up earlier. But which one would you rather join? It's the same opportunity, but look at how it is phrased. The issue is you have been sitting on a gold mine, but because of how we explained it to you, you didn't know that. You didn't understand the value. And now that you see what we just talked about, which is all true, you know everything I just said is true and accurate because y'all have already been here experiencing it. You have a stronger belief in the company now. You have a stronger belief in the value. Now, and we ain't even got to the good part yet. Just know that we're going to run a little long. We ain't even got to the good part yet. So just understand that the fact that you just heard that, it builds your belief. Didn't it get you a little more excited? Because now you're starting to shift your paradigm from I'm doing something to somebody to wait a minute, I'm doing something for somebody. I'm really helping. Look at all this value. Now your belief is starting to shift. You see, right? Let me get back to it. We just scratching the tip of the iceberg. Now let me tell you that we can do the same thing with any level, but let me jump to the $59 level, the 50 BV level, which is where anybody I personally sponsor is going to join that because they're simply leaving too much money on the table if they don't. But the bottom line is, I don't want you to feel that you have to enroll people at 50 BV, because enrolling people at 50 BV is this something my belief is at 50 to 100. That's where we start. But if you're newer and you haven't made that first $500 yet, you haven't made that first 1,000, it doesn't matter if you ain't made that first million yet. Your belief, there's nothing wrong with it, but you're growing. And maybe for you, your belief is going to be at a level where you need to be at that. You can be at 50 because you believe, but your belief in other people, okay? You need to be sponsoring people at the 749 or maybe the 1295 or things of that nature, because it can go a lot faster for you and it resonates with your belief, okay? We got a lot of veterans on the call. I just see Des Sanchez just made it as well. Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Can we do a quick shout out? If you are a veteran, can you put a veteran in the chat so we can just show you a little bit of love? One of the unsung heroes we have here for our veterans. We want to thank Jessica Hill. We also want to thank Tracy as well. We want to thank Joy. We want to thank Mr. Randy Freeman, Coach Seymour Greenridge Blake. Okay, we want to thank Amanda Terry. We want to thank the one and only Queen Charlotte Whitaker. We want to thank Morgan Antonucci. We want to thank Lee as well, Mr. Anthony Stone. We want to thank Rick Burnett as well, Trinice Nash. Welcome, Isaac. We want to thank Tommy as well, Tommy Waldron. Thank you so much for your service. We appreciate you. We love you. Gina Wilson as well. Thank you. I did not know Gina was a veteran. Fantastic. Kelvin's a veteran as well. Wonderful. I want to thank all our veterans for being here. I hope we didn't leave anybody out. But ladies and gentlemen, we got a team of hitters. Oh man, I want to congratulate and thank Twyla Guy as well. Thank you, Twyla, for being a veteran as well. And we want to thank you all for your service. We appreciate you so much. And the value, ladies and gentlemen, the reason, I don't know, for those of y'all who haven't traveled internationally a whole lot, the reason why our country is, and you ask anybody globally, the last bastion of free enterprise on earth is because of our military. I don't have to agree with the government per se. I don't have to agree with the presidents and the whatnots, but at the same time, I agree with our military, finest fighting force and protective force in the history of the world, and we appreciate them and love them. So let's get back into it, okay? Thank y'all so much for that. All right, now let's talk about the 50 BV level, and this is the things that I would say to make it even better. And in fact, what I'm gonna do for you is we're gonna add something to the 749 as well to really make it, and I don't say this lightly, the number one, these packages, the 749, the $50, 50 BV, the 100 BV, they will be, by the end of this call, the number one value in the 100-year history of the network marketing industry, okay? Because we're still pouring value in there for you. I'm gonna say it one more time for my friends in the back, and the peanut guy didn't catch me the first time, thought I was playing. By the time we're finished with this call, the 749 package, the 50 BV, the 100 BV package will be, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the number one, the best value ever in the history of the network marketing industry. It's over 100 years. And I'm a student in the industry. I don't say that lightly. We putting some money up for y'all to grow. Okay. All right. Now, if I was talking about the 50 BV package, I would start to talk about the back office email autoresponder as well. So if I was talking about 50 BV package, and we'll get all this printed for you in the group. Don't worry. You don't have to write all this down. But all of the stuff we talked about with the 749, people say, Will, what do you get additional with the 50 BV package? Well, glad you asked. You get a back office bulk email responder where you can easily send emails to your entire network with the click of a button. That's a $29.99 value right there. You're also going to get a 500% residual income pay increase that multiply your earnings over the starter kit level. So that's one of the knocks with the $7.49 level, is that it caps you at 5 BV per order, because that's where you're at. When you're at 50 BV, that is a 10 times multiplier. Okay, it's a 10 times multiplier. I was going to say 1,000% more residual income pay increase, because that's really what it is. But we're going to be very conservative with our estimate, and we're going to use 500, because when I beta tested it on software, 500% was more convincing than 1,000%. See, we put a lot of time, money, and energy into our sales copy that we give y'all. Y'all don't have to change this stuff, okay? So when you're at the 50 BV level, you're going to get a 500% residual income pay increase, multiplying your earnings over the starter kit level. You're also going to receive over $100 in additional world-class products that are absolutely incredible and money back guaranteed to make a difference in your life. Also at the 50 BV level, you're going to get access to unlimited $200 bonuses that are only available at that level. And of course, y'all know that that's our SAT level and things of that nature, okay? So do you see how by just talking about what we have, you can easily increase the value in the offer? Put a 1 in the chat if the science behind just knowing what you have, okay? Just knowing what you have is very, very valuable. Now we got somebody unmuted. Not sure who that is. We want to make sure we have a clear line for a clear recording. So do me a favor and mute your mics. Appreciate y'all. Mute your mics, okay? Now, before we dive into the really, really fun stuff, because we still rolling, is if someone's at the 100 BV level, if I really wanted to promote that, as I do, okay, I would add things like there's a $250 residual income pay increase over even the 50 BV level, but only professional network marketers really resonate with that type of stuff. I would say things like you have access to $350 bonuses, unlimited number of those that are not available at lower levels. Okay, so it's just about understanding what's what. Now, I'm gonna give you a couple of facts about email marketing, okay? Because it is undoubtedly, I think maybe voicemail might be a little bit lower, but email marketing is one of the lowest levels of communication. Okay, I want to be very clear on that. Email marketing is like number 6 or 7 on the levels of communication, and face-to-face interaction over coffee, okay, would be the number 1 highest level. The most intimate level of communication would be in person over a cup of coffee. Okay, that's the number 1 way to communicate. Email is like number 7. However, email marketing is still over a $12 billion industry. Okay, and it has the highest ROI. I read a study earlier that said that for every $1 that you invest in email marketing, there is a $42 return on that. Okay, so what if we did this? What if we, and again, let me say this. This is a method. Let me tell you, it's a method that I enjoy, and I understand why the method works for me. When I take a set of leads, just hear me out. No, we're not telling you to buy leads. Like, stop that. Now we're doing on this call, but just hear me out. When I buy leads, as I do every single month, and I email the leads, I put them into my email. I used to text them, okay? Sometimes I'll call, very rare these days. I put them in my autoresponder that we get for free in the back office. I put them in the the free tour link. Okay, we have that with HBN Superfoods. We got that with GoDasana as well. We got that with both companies. And I email them every single day. And people join. You know, so phenomenal. People do join. They join because I believe they'll join. That's the crazy part. Someone just joined the other day, just bought some product, emailed me immediately, emailed corporate. I'm on his email list. It says do not reply. I'm trying to find this Will Zanders guy, trying to learn how to build his business. I already ordered my products. I'm like, great, another stranger from Lead, another stranger from Drop Cards. So just understand, hypothetically, if you had access to the name and phone number and email addresses of people who already reached out for information, this is not in everybody's budget, I get it. But imagine if you had access to that. Let me just ask you some hypothetical questions. If you were to add 3 people a day, let's say 10. If you were to add 10 people a day to your email list, how many people would that be, your back office email list? How many people would that be over the course of a year? If all you did was put 10 email address, phone number, and name in your autoresponder, your join with GoLink or your HBN gift card link, if all you did was that, how many people would it be? 10 per day. 10 per day, how many people would be on your list at the end of a year? 3,650. Fantastic. Thank you, Lynn. Out of 3,650 people, okay, and let's say you emailed them every day, and let's say that you had access to 500 made for you email templates. So you don't have to write the emails. You can just copy paste them. Let's just pretend you already got them. How long would it take you per day to copy and paste that email and enter them into the system and click send? How long would it take per day? How long would it take you per day to do that? Just how long would it take? Derek said 5 minutes. Angie Penn, 2 minutes. Okay. At the end of that year, how many people do you think would have purchased the product at least the $7.49? Because the sales emails are in there too, and the educational emails, okay? How many people out of 3,650 do you think would have at least bought a product? 365, about 10%. Yep, and 10% is below average. Now, how many people do you need? How many, Tanya said half. Tanya believes through the roof. How many people do you need to be successful though? Okay. What percentage of 3,650 is, where my math people at? What percentage of 3,650 is 2? What percentage is that? Where my calculator people at? Where my urchins at? What percentage of 3,650 is 2 people? No, it is not 73%. No, it is a bunch of zeros probably. It is not even one. What is it? Not even 1%, is it? What is it? I know we got some. Look, some people on here went to college. We got some smart people on here. I ain't one of them. There it is. There it is. There it is. I just saw it. Samantha got it. 0.0054. So basically, not even 1% of 1%. Now just understand that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you get less than 1% of 1% of people to enroll, what do you think you would teach them how to do? Would you teach them the same system you use to get them? I highly recommend you do. Why? Because they believe that it'll work because it worked on them. The method worked on them. This is why you should teach that, okay? Now, here is what we added. I say we, here's what I added, okay? Me and Jesus. When you are at the $749 package, if that's what you choose to enroll at, what I'm going to do, we have an email address already set up. You can set this, you can write this one down. It's freeleads@cyberservices.net. Okay, free leads, FREELEADS at cyberservices, all one word, cyberservices.net. That email address will go live on September the 1st. Okay. What that's going to do for anybody who is on auto ship at $7.49 on the 1st of the month, okay, that person will get a lead a day. They will get 30 leads a month. We may batch it all at one time, and they can email one a day, or they can add at no cost to them and no cost to you. This is something I'm investing in and purchasing the software and the leads and this, that, and the third, and the virtual assistant to make sure that your 749 people know that they are getting the best value in the history of network marketing. It is 365 people. All they have to do is consistently email the emails that we're going to give you access to that we write. Just swap out the names. But Will, I'm at 50 BV. I don't really want to go down. I'm making a lot of money there. Good. Because the 50 BV people, anybody who is at 50 BV, only on the first of the month, and we're doing this with GoDasana right now. Once we see the results, we'll probably roll it on over to the Superfoods division as well, but you'll already have access to that, so you can use your leads for either company, but we're going to be at GoDasana right now, okay? Because both the Superfoods division and the Essential Oil Personal Care division all have email autoresponders and capture pages that are free for you. You don't need to pay for ClickFunnels or nothing like that. Okay, if you're at 50 BV, you're going to receive 100 leads every single month with names, phone numbers, and email addresses, okay? You're gonna send it's gonna be a very specific screenshot that I want, because I don't want y'all confusing my personal assistant. They are from the Philippines, and they are not gonna be trying to read all your handwriting and screenshots of bad quality. We want you to, I'm gonna tell you before September 1st, you can see what the screenshot looks like, and you have to send it on the 1st or the 2nd, but the auto ship has to go through on the 1st. We're not gonna have them check in orders all month long, okay? The order goes through on the 1st, then before the 5th, you are gonna get an Excel spreadsheet with your leads in there. Might be 3 a day, might be 100 all at once. We'll see what's easier for them to batch, and you're gonna get those. And the system I recommend you use is going to be that you do all the network marketing stuff you already do, but we highly recommend that you take about 5 minutes a day, put on some nice music, get in your private area so people can't bother you. You put those 10 leads, you got 100, so 3, 4 a day. You take a couple a day, 2, 3, 4 a day. You make it a habit. You put them into the back office autoresponder from joinwithgo.com or hbngiftcard.com, and then you copy and paste the email, which you'll also receive. All of y'all are in the Facebook group, so you will be in a very special first of the month group. There is a very special group just for that, and that will be where the emails are. And then you take the email, you copy it, you paste it. We even give you the subject line, and then you hit send, and then you go on about your day. You just throw the fish hooks in the water and let it do what it do. And for those of y'all who are doing drop cards, okay, those, we're not giving those free. It's too confusing. I thought about that, but too many websites. For those of you that are already doing drop cards, your Join with Go or HBN gift card link should already be linked to your drop card. So this works in comparison with the drop card. Yes, fishing with grenades for sure. Now, Will, there's a couple of us that are at 100 BV. I know you and Marcus, but a lot of us are at 100 BV. Okay, Kosana just dropped the link for drop cards in the chat. Y'all want to get some of those? He just dropped the link in there. And so, but if you don't, that's okay too. I use them. Y'all don't have to. And so what happens is with the 100 BV people, we really want to make the value through the roof. And for the 100 BV people, ladies and gentlemen, y'all will be getting, courtesy of myself and my checking account, y'all will be getting 300 leads a month. You're going to be getting 300 leads a month for free. Now, please, if you've never worked leads before, you need to understand you have to develop a relationship with them, emailing them over time. I don't know how much 300 a month is time to that's like that 3,000 some number, but there is quite simply no way on the history of the planet where if you are consistent and you use the emails that we use, that some people won't join. And when they join, you'll know because you're going to see an email that says, hey, Lynn, somebody just joined your business. This is their name. You need to reach out to them. You say, hey, Jeff, thanks so much for joining the business. Man, listen, let me get you started on our system. I see you joined at our $7.49 level. Let's hop on a call so I can get you all trained up on our free lead system and this, that, and the third. He's going to have his mind blown. Ladies and gentlemen, you can even use the information we're giving you tonight in the free lead system. You can even use that, and you'll notice that some of the emails to the leads are telling them the stuff that I just told you tonight. Man, it's crazy. This is the best value in the history of the market, because it is. But I've been using leads since like 2014. So my belief level in never, ever, ever running out of people to talk to will simply never go away. I've made too much money with them and teaching people how to do that. And I'm a huge believer and a fan of email marketing. You don't never have to leave the house if you don't want to. Now, here's the thing. Is it going to be as effective from a percentage standpoint of you going talk to real live human beings in person? No, that's crazy. It's not. However, if I can talk to 5 or 6 people a day and maybe 1 or 2 join because they know me in person, it's going to be a lot of days when I can't leave the house. It's going to be a lot of days when I'm busy, a lot of days when y'all busy. The baby might be sick. Y'all might be out of town. Guess what? You will still be able to talk to large amounts of people in person. And the reason this works for the introverts, the extroverts, and everybody in between is because it's duplicatable. Okay? Everybody can do it. A kindergartner can do it. They live on them phones. They can do it. You can do it. And it duplicates so well. And it costs you nothing. Costs you absolutely nothing. Okay. You're already there. So you got the email address. And then here's the thing. If you got your team doing the same thing, putting people in the system, you got to realize that your organization may have not just the 3,600 people from your list. You're only looking for 2, but you'll probably get more than that. Let me be based on my results. You'll get more than that. But if your whole team is doing that and they're consistent and they're not lazy and they're putting, don't let me waste my money. Like, please, when you get these leads, put them in the system for the love of all that's good and holy. And if you got 10 team members and all of you are putting your leads into the system and emailing on a daily basis, ladies and gentlemen, that's over 40,000 people that are hearing your information on a regular basis. Somebody gonna bite. I can promise you that. And it's gonna be a lot of them. Okay. So I told you, I promised you something that we were gonna do to get your business to the next level, to help it grow faster. This is an answered prayer for a lot of folks. I personally know it works, but you're going to know it works too relatively soon, because this is the caliber of what we do. Okay, Jessica says, for those of us that get 300 a month, how would you recommend? I recommend putting maybe 10 to 15 in a day, Jess, and this is why. Because if you do 10 to 15 a day, you can take off on weekends. But also, if you put 10 to 15 in a day, it's better than putting in 300 a day. Okay, because 300 is not going to develop the habit. Developing the habit is important. I can go to the Axe venue and throw a knife at the target 900 times in one day. That'll help me a little. But if I throw it at the target 30 times a day for 90 days in a row, I'm going to get way better. So we want you to develop the habit. The habit is where the magic is going to happen for you. I guarantee you that, okay? And so the email address, again, is freeleads@cyberservices.net. And we will be revolutionizing network marketing using the power of AI, but also email marketing, which is a $12 billion industry that nobody even does anymore. So it is, you're fishing with grenades, ladies and gents. You are fishing with grenades. And this company, thank you, Miriam, the company is the best company ever. But the company is the best company ever because y'all are here, because you chose it. Y'all are the best part of Green Organics LLC. That is indisputable. Okay. So let me look at Sean to say yes. Sean, you got to talk to Morgan, man. You got to talk to Morgan, bro. You got to see if I could get the pink slip, man. My throwing has been pretty off, and I ain't trying to go out. She ain't trying to have me go to tournaments out there losing, man. So you gotta. All right, so this is what I'll tell you. Let's give away some money, Coach. We can go ahead and cut the recording, Coach. But don't cut it yet. Let's finish telling the story right quick, and then we're going to give away. So I was in Nakalula Falls, and I'm thinking about drowning because I'm a kid, right? Wrap this up. And I realized in that moment that I was totally unprepared. I didn't know how to swim. I didn't have a stick. I couldn't jump over the rocks to get across the creek. But I did notice that there was a certain set of stones, like big pebbles, that if I jumped on them, like from one to another, I could kind of get across the creek. And the whole time I can see the sign on the other side of the creek that says, this is the people that the number of people that drowned. And it was like a little thing where you flip the number over and you replace the number. So the park ranger, every time somebody would drown, would flip the number over to another person. Okay. And I saw a family there that was stuck on the other side too. And it was maybe some parents and maybe two kids, and they were like, "Hey, we're trying to get back across too. We're gonna go cross the creek." And I was like, "Oh, cool. I'm gonna try to figure out another 100 different ways I can do it before I do that," basically. And I never saw them again. So I don't know if they all made it, or I don't know. Y'all can check Nakalula Falls drownings back in like the early to mid 80s. If two or three people drowned, it was them. Okay. And this is my 12-year-old mind figuring out what I'm gonna do. So I made a decision at that point. I'd been walking for hours at that point. I rested. I'm getting soaked in the rain. Didn't even matter. You're so soaked, you don't care. And I said, I'm going to tighten up my shoes. I'm still a kid. So I'm like, I can do anything, right? I'm going to jump from that rock to that rock to that rock to that rock to get across. And faintly in the distance, I could hear my parents or my dad was there, my mom, my uncle, they were calling for me, looking for me probably for hours. And I just could barely hear them screaming my name, looking for me over the raging waters of this waterfall grew. And so long story short, I go from rock to rock to rock. Didn't slip off. That's just the grace of God, because y'all know with the videos I'll be posting, people be slipping all the time. Jump. I got across and hiked it back to the family. You know what I'm saying? Everything was cool. Everything was great. They're like, "Oh my God, don't you wander off ever again," and such and such and such. And the more to the story, though, is when you start a journey, you may not always know where the end result is. But once you know where you want to get to, you know what your goals are, especially in network marketing, you're going to encounter some difficulties. And other people may try to talk you out of it. "Oh, I wouldn't jump back over that," or "I wouldn't do this," or "I'm gonna go to." Sometimes you have to sit down, just you and the Lord. You got to sit down and you have to reassess what it is you want and why you want it, and think about now you have a new way of how to go get it. You got to sometimes refocus on your what and your why. And it's okay to take those few hours to sit down and be quiet and reset. Sometimes that's the best thing could have happened for you, is you got off to a great start and then you froze up and just couldn't keep it going for a little while because life got in the way, or the rain came, or the storms came, or you needed to sit down and develop some new skills, something like that. Okay. And then you get your game plan together and you get up, and it's still going to feel risky to get to the next half. The rest of this network marketing thing, it may still feel risky, but what you can do is you can take the action. We told you what to do. You know what to do. We're going to take the action. And then based on the action that you teach, God will take care of the rest. He's not going to let you look stupid. He's not going to let you make a fool of yourself. Now, if you keep jumping from company to company to company to company, that's on you. He can't really deal with the inconsistency. I don't know if he can fix that, but you can do what you can do the best you can do, and trust that God will keep you from slipping and get you back to the goal, be it reunited with your family or anything else. You understand? That's the way life really works. But had I not sat down and rested my little weary legs, okay, I had to rest. I had to sit down for a minute. I had to understand the reality of the situation. I had to tie my shoes back tight, had to really, limber, had to get ready. And that probably saved my life. That little preparation time of taking that time to sit down and stop moving, taking action, and figure out where I went wrong and what I need to do to shake back right. That's probably one of the only reasons I'm talking to y'all today. Okay. So that's it being said, ladies and gentlemen. What I'm doing right now, I'm pulling out the random number generator. We're going to give away some cash. We can cut the recording. Coach Marcus, we can cut that. The Leads program is going to start on September